Hello everyone, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 5th edition. We continue our adventures through the Grimforge, not really knowing particularly where we're going, just that there's still a lot more out there to be seen. But one thing that we did find was this locked door with a series of nasty things behind it. Now the Ochre Jelly is actually listed as dead, which is interesting. Meragon Legionnaire, level 5. Hellsboar, level 2. Another Hellsboar, and another Hellsboar. So, not too much in the way of threat in there, it seems.
Everything looks new.
But what I am going to have Astarion do before... I guess someone else is going to have to either pick the door or use a key on the lock if we have one. But Astarion can hang out right there. Shadowheart has a shield, so I'm actually going to have Gale equip a torch so that things can be slightly more illuminated, because things in shadows has caused us some issues very recently. We have a sorcery point left, which is very good. We've got a couple of good spell slots.
Ready and willing.
Gale has some good spell slots. Astarion has some spell slots and probably will be able to sneak attack from here. And Shadowheart has some first level spell slots. So, I think between us, we should be alright here.
Alright.
Let's get ourselves slightly separated, just so that if initiative is immediately rolled, we're not too vulnerable to AoE issues. Then we're going to get Shadowheart to try this lock. And immediately initiative is rolled. Astarion is not in the initiative. But unfortunately we cannot see any of the creatures from here. We can see that guy there, but I don't know if we're going to be able to sneak attack it. Let's see if we can get in range for that. Can't have disadvantage against target. Why disadvantage? Is it because they're obscured by shadows? It is. Right, so if Gale gets in there, we might be able to do some more with that. And because Astarion's not quite rolled into the action yet, we might be able to get them to come out towards us. But these things only have 14 HP. So we've rolled far better in initiative than the rest of them. So let's see what we can do here. Here's a great idea, actually. Shadowheart, if you'd step back for me.
On my way.
Gale, you have a second level spell slot. If there was ever a time for a cloud of daggers, I think this is it. Gale's going to concentrate on that and then step away. Akidis,
I won't give in.
we can stick a web down here. And let's do it if we step back slightly. Let's put the web so that the edge of the web is near the edge of the daggers. So if something comes in, as soon as they hit the web, they're in the daggers. Like that guy. Failed their save. We can step away as well because we're concentrating. Arrow of Roaring Thunder. Okay, we failed a saving throw. Was that concentration? No, it was pushed back, but we didn't lose our concentration on the web, which is fine. Things dying all over in the cloud of daggers. Then back round again. Astarion should now be able to get a sneak attack on. He joins the order. Then we've got this legionnaire there. Alright, we missed with that. We did not set the webs on fire. I should have thought about that first. We will retreat slightly. Akiris. Did we pick up the... No, it's going to be Gale that has the cold cantrip, isn't it? Oh, we have Chill Touch. They take 4 damage, which is lovely. And then we can induce a saving throw with Sacred Flame. They make that, unfortunately. Alright, they shove us down. They are refusing to come through that doorway. So, we will retreat slightly. Hopefully not into a range where we are at risk. We probably could have made a shot from there, couldn't we? Alright, give me a dash. Put me back where we just were, because I'm inefficient. Right, that's a miss. Shadowheart, go for the Sacred Flame again. That's 3 damage. And then step away from that door frame. Gale will just move down the stairs slightly, I think. Right, have we forced them to move through the blades? We have. They miss us, and I think they took a little bit of damage. So then we can Lich Slap them. 8 damage is excellent. I think that's the cap on that roll. It is indeed. Astarion, bonus action hide. Sneak attack. No, they're just in too much shadow over there, I think. But 5 damage is good. We'll step out of the way slightly. We don't get any damage on that one. Gale. We can just hit with a cantrip here. We miss again, but they fell prone, which is nice. They'll have to stand up in the cloud of daggers. Takes 7. 2 HP remaining. We get shot, but we remain concentrating on the web. Critical miss is no real bother. They should die to the cloud of daggers after this turn. 2 critical misses. Really not fun. Well, you can't crit miss on a saving throw. They just make the save. Four misses, but the daggers do their job. So initiative is over. We'll stop the web, stop the cloud of daggers, fetch everyone together, and see what this mystery room has for us. Hellsbore. Nothing there. We are going to have to get through the webs. So we stopped concentrating on the webs, but they remained for a little while. But now we have the Meragon Legionnaire, a halberd, +1 weapon enchantment, rush attack, lacerate and cleave, 5.4 weight, and another strange metallic mask.
Another mask.
Indeed, Gale, indeed.
Must have been strong creatures that wore them.
Right, nothing on the Hellspaws. Now, the Ochre Jellies, I'm slightly concerned with. But we will investigate. There's an opulent chest. Shadowheart, does your wisdom
Need to keep going.
give you any concern over here? Seems not. Fire Stoker. 1d6 piercing. Martial ranged weapon. Though the crossbow bolts look burning hot, they are pleasantly warm to the touch. The holder of this item gains Burned Alive. Deals an additional 1d4 piercing damage to burning targets. Mobile shot bonus action, piercing shot action. Right, give that to Astarion. I'm not even sure he'll be proficient with it, will he?
Keep your distance, darling.
No, we can use that. It's a light weapon. So we could dual wield with it if we wanted to have one in one hand, one in the other or something, which would be an interesting decision to make. What else is in this room? There's got to be other stuff going on. Great big scary shiny thing. Another of the metallic masks. Please give guidance to Achilles before we approach this table.
I have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
Okay, we get another mask.
The more I find, the more curious I get.
And just down here, rusted key. And an old letter. Sybil, my scouts bring me troubling word that the Moonhaven yet stands. Have you fought the 3 laws? Would you turn your back on Mistress Shah? Tonight you will beg Shah's forgiveness. Tomorrow I depart Moonrise Towers for Grimforge. A 10-day hence I shall march the Dark Justicars to Moonhaven myself. By the time the first star trembles that night, the Selenites shall be slain and their allies routed. Speak your prayer thrice nightly, Sybil, once at nightfall, once at noon zenith, once before sunrise. I shall remind you of the words, lest you forgotten. Mistress Shah, I have glorified your name. Master Thorum, I have cried out your word. I am your servant forevermore. Demonstrate your devotion, and Shah may still know you. Fail, and you are naught but dust. Unknown and unremembered, your master, Ketheric Thorm. Right. Doesn't seem that there's a secret room behind this giant mirror. So, a small amount of loot in this room, but nothing that really screams this was incredibly plot sensitive or anything. A couple of notes, another key. More of those masks. I don't know if at any point we'd want to be perhaps wearing those masks. Hadn't really occurred to me if we could yet. Gale just picked up a couple. Currently wearing the Circlet of Blasting. We can equip it. Gives him Strange Face. Don't know if that changes any of our stats or anything. No, it doesn't seem to have noted anything in our character sheet for having put that on. So we'll take it off again, but we'll remember that we have it. And with that done, and this way not being somewhere we can go,
Yes.
it looks like it's time to head on around the back end of things. Because unless we want to jump down here, which seems like it's going to be very painful and very dangerous, I don't know where else we can get from here. There is a lower door to this area, but we can't currently access it with what we have available to us. Because if we get on this bridge, we can't get back over unless we can teleport somewhere over there, which we do have a Misty Step, but I'm not sure that's our best use of it right now. Although it does come back on a short rest. We're not very injured to warrant needing it.
Don't waste this.
So we'll push along this side for a second. See if we can find a way back down safely. Certainly not there.
Moving in.
So it's going to be a jump here.
If not over, then
Everyone follows along.
on my way.
Now perhaps this would be a reasonably safe route down. A scroll of mirror image, gold, and whatnot. Another plaque.
In the beginning came morning, then night. Two sisters clashed. One died, and one died.
Right, from here, can we hop over this? That gets us back to the main thoroughfare, I think.
See where the notes.
Thread ain't found a trace. Found a
Right, so we're back on what I could just say is like the main body of the location. If we come down here, we get back to the dock where we started. So there are routes to and fro where we want to be. Still haven't found a formally listed trader yet. Now, do we have a key for this? No.
Well,
But it's not marked as red, so I don't think they're going to care if we lockpick it.
let's crack it open. You watch my back, I watch yours.
Let's get an extra D4. I do wish when the full game comes out there would be an option to hide difficulty classes on checks. 8, 12, 14 plus guidance gets us through.
Don't let anyone in around here.
Right. Lots of crates full of junk, basically. The silver is worth a bit more, but we're not so strapped for gold, and we do have a lot of weight already, so I'm going to leave that behind.
Ah, a nightfall fist. Though I'm not sure it should be quite so ripe.
To break bread in Shah's name, then spill blood in her name.
You watch my back,
Sacred
I
right.
watch yours.
A stuffed manifest. Discoloured with time and pages details vast troop numbers moving through the Grimforge, along with the inventory required to support them. A cramped annotation mars the orderly columns. The dormitories in the temple below are already full. New arrivals shall have to content themselves with a patch of ground in the Grimforge. May the Lady of Loss send us against her enemies soon, else her legions will have naught but rats to feed on. Seems that we have found a button. Secret doorway. secret tunnel. There's some pots in that wall, but I don't think that's too important. Right, we will peruse past this doorway. Camera is not wanting to play ball. Camera. Was there a chest right there?
No one back home will ever believe this.
There was. Any concerns? Any perception checks? Gold. A potion of force resistance. Rum, wine, and a ring. Alright, camera. Work with me here. So, all kinds of locations to move through here.
Still breathing, despite everything. Light on my feet. Curious.
That stone there's been pried loose.
Who's stronger? Oh, hello.
Something the matter?
No, we're just trying to move a rock. Everyone step back. Shadowheart, separate yourself from the group.
On I go.
With your strength of 12, I believe.
Don't let anyone in around here. Anyone.
And to the lifter, the spoils. Gold, potion of greater healing, potion of cure wounds, another torch, and a standard hide armor. A strange thing to be hiding, I suppose. 12 plus 2, whereas Astarian's current kit... ...12 plus 4. Yeah, so it's just a 12. But this gives stealth plus 1. So I don't think we need to concern ourselves with taking hide armor.
What's yours? Damn right you do.
But we can keep creeping through this place. A trap disarm toolkit.
I smell a trap.
Where? So there was a...
Around here. Anyone.
Okay, who knows where that stuff is? Not me. Not sure if it's lost in the geometry. Someone smelled a trap and I missed it. I still don't think we can do like clicking on these things to see what the trap was, which is only slightly unfortunate. Let's get Shadowheart with the rest of the party.
Whatever it takes.
Want to avoid the acid spills, I'm sure. Surprised? By what? Okra jellies. I guess it wasn't so much a trap as in here is a tripwire or a plate. It was, hey, here's some enemies that are going to ambush you in just a moment. Which is only slightly terrifying. Oh, it's the pools that were dripping from the ceiling, I think. Right, we've gotten through our surprised condition, so we can now take our own turns. Now, I have some background level of tabletop D&D okra jellies, but I don't want that to impact my initial attempts at damage. But from where we are, I don't think sneak attacking is really going to be something we're going to get to happen. So, I think a chromatic orb is as good an attack as any. Apparently they have very low AC, which I'm a fan of. And we still missed.
Death is but a word away.
Right. Gale, while I was looking through his character sheet here, I I was reminded that something I never take use of is sculpt spells. Create pockets of safety within your evocation spells. Allies automatically succeed their saving throws and take no damage from these spells. So we could do a area of effect spell here, and Shadowheart would not be harmed by Gale when that happens. So something like a Thunder Wave could be beneficial for us. Just like that. Right, that one got shunted away. They took a decent chunk of damage each. Now one of them is going to go again. They slam us with a big sticky tendril. Now, we do still have good spell slots, so I think an Inflict Wounds here, 3d10, is going to be a good time. 95% chance to hit. These things do not have a high AC. 20 damage. Very nice. Alright, this is good. This is good. Now, after this, we do have the option of going back and taking a long rest soon. But I think right now I'm going to Twin Spell a Chromatic Orb and hit both of these guys. Huge damage. Then we've got this guy up at the top. Spitting acid. No real harm done to us. Now, I have no idea if these things have like a face. So if I stand here and then attempt to hide,
Just like old times.
we fail to do so. That's fine. Good attack. Bonus action used already. Gale. Best option here? Probably a cantrip. Target too close. Still 90% chance to hit. And we hit for 10, which is lush. We'll stay right there for a moment.
Stay focused.
Shadowheart. There's one guy up there. If we want to attack him at range, we're going to lose -2, but still, let's just check this guy here. Armor class 8, so very easy to hit. And they have blind sight, which explains why Astarion was unable to hide from them. But 85% chance to hit. Good stuff.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Then Akiris, if you can get over here. Now, we could attack, or we could wait for Astarion to take a turn and he could attack with advantage on Guiding Bolt so that he can sneak attack. Would I rather 2 regular attacks or 1 sneak attack, I guess? Oh, well, my path is interrupted, so that's not going to do much for me, is it? Strong miss. Astarion, if you put yourself over here. Then sneak attack ranged, we have advantage, and even though target is obscured by shadows, we still get to sneak attack, which is strange. But a welcome course of events. Gale.
Stepped.
Get as far over here as you can, and Firebolt is fine.
I'm ready.
2 is going to be okay, I think. Here. Good damage. Akiris just needs to do 3 damage. 11 on a crit is wonderful. Right, do they have any loot today? You've got some gem. You've got some old equipment. And this one, a pickaxe and another stone.
Best be on my way.
Right, so we're still doing reasonably okay for health. We have a few spell slots remaining. Not lots, but a few. We could go back and long rest. But there's still more around here to be discovered. I'm not sure how much more. But who knows what's going to happen as tensions rise. But for right now, it just leaves me to say thank you ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.